So today's been an exciting day. We've just got in Lenovo's new Legion 9, their most expensive premium gaming laptop to date. Now this bad boy has got internal water cooling, a unique carbon fiber finish on the outer, the top spec i9 CPU, and a choice of 4080 or 4090, and a mini LED high refresh display. So enough of me waffling, let's open it up, take a look around the chassis, and then get testing. Let's see what is in the box. Right, don't know if my camera can even pick up at this close range. This is such a huge box. So, as usual, box within a box, we'll have a look at that in a second. And then another box, and that is it. So let's get rid of that one. So you can see Lenovo this year gone for a more environmentally friendly packaging, so there's no plastic or anything, it is all cardboard. Bit uninspiring on their top spec Legion 9 laptop, but they're trying to save the planet, so there we go. Let's open the accessories box first, see what they provide. Ugh, that's tight. Okay, right, so in here, a couple of power cords. Strange, okay. Well, that's nice. Got rid of the packaging. There we go. So it's the 330 watt GAN charger. It feels smaller than the last one, but I'll measure it and see, but that does feel quite compact. A white box. Let's have a look in here. So you can see we've got a little white Legion box inside. Oh wow. So we have some replaceable keycaps. They did used to provide ceramic keycaps before, but this is amazing. We've got some white ceramic and then we've got some coloured as well. Some replacement switches, the instructions on how to use them, and a little pry tool to get the keycaps off if you want to change them. That is really nice. And let's have a look at this. There we go, just a nice white microfiber cloth just to keep the laptop clean, so that's quite nice. And we've also got, that's the last thing, a second power adapter. So, there we go, it's a USB-C power adapter. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got 140 watt Lenovo USB-C power adapter because this model can take up to 140 watt via PD. So we will test that and see what performance we get when running this small adapter as opposed to the 330 watts. Right, let's get it unboxed and take a look. Oh, that box is a bit more attractive. So there we are. Hopefully you can see that. We've got a nice Legion box, and look at that lovely colour strip on the top, that's really nice. So obviously we've got the nice coloured lighting and RGB around the laptop itself, as we always get with the Legion range. So there's the laptop, I'll put that to one side for a second. What else is in here? Lenovo Legion 9, so there's a little pamphlet showing you how to get started. Won't be bothering with that one. And just a safety information booklet, that's it. So there we go. Right, let's get into the laptop itself. It's nice they do provide you a little cover which keeps it safe. You can reuse it when you're using it as a bit of a sleeve in your gaming laptop bag. And here we are. Look at that, that is beautiful. That is really slim as well for such a top-end gaming laptop. Let's hope this water cooling does its job. So now the interesting thing is this carbon fibre is unique to every model. Now when I saw the pictures, I wasn't sure what I thought about it, but seeing it in the flesh, this feels and looks really nice. Hopefully the camera can do that justice. If I put that on the camera there, you might be able to see that, but that looks fantastic. Now with the Legion 9, we also get the lit Legion logo in the corner. That's something they took away from the Legion 7 this year. And I believe we're going to get the lit ports. I'm hoping those are lit ports. We'll test that in a bit. Right, talking of ports, if I move it to the left side, we have got a full-size SD card reader. That is amazing. So if you're planning on using this for content creation machine as well as gaming, that's going to be great for you. There's also a 3.5mm headphone jack at the back. I don't know why that's at the back, but there we go. Switch it round to the right side. And at the back, we've got a USB-A port, great for your mouse dongle or your mouse cable. And what looks like a USB-C cable there and a camera shutter switch. Now at the very back, obviously you can see bit of venting either side. We've got a standard Lenovo power adapter socket, an HDMI 2.1, a Thunderbolt 4 with power delivery. That's 140 watt power delivery, which we will test. We've also got a second Thunderbolt 4, another USB-A, and an Ethernet jack. So that is a great selection of ports. And this is a slim laptop as well. So this is what we were all expecting the Legion 7 to come out with, and I was quite disappointed with how they'd downgraded that. But obviously they were downgrading it to make room for this Legion 9, which is now their top-end Legion laptop. Let's open it up and take a quick look. So opening it up, we get a nice cover just to protect the screen and our warranty, if you want to upgrade the warranty. And there we go. Now you will notice straight away, due to all this, I'm guessing venting and hopefully for the water cooler that they've put at the top here, that's quite a big gap. It has shoved the keyboard down, so you do have quite a small palm rest, which has given you a much slimmer touchpad. I mean, compared to, like, say, a Blade 18 or a Blade 16, which has got a ridiculous size touchpad, that's quite small. But personally, I think it feels great, probably totally usable, and most people will use a mouse with their gaming laptop anyway. We've got a full-size keyboard with number pad, and that feels nice and crisp. I love Lenovo keyboards. Probably not quite as good as an Alienware mechanical, but probably my second favourite gaming laptop keyboard. And as always with Lenovo, you get a load of stickers, but they do come off reasonably easily. And then a power button in the top middle. I'm going to take a quick break now, set up Windows 11, and come back. We're going to check out this beautiful mini LED screen, and then start testing some performance. Right, so we're up and running, and we're in Windows 11. And the first thing I want to talk about is the mini LED display in this laptop. Now, this is a crazy expensive laptop, starting at about £4,000 in the UK, up to about £4,700 for the top spec. But they have really packed this thing, and the mini LED here is a 3000 by 2000 1000 nit mini LED display with 165 Hz. So you're getting a great quality screen, which is incredibly bright, HDR supported, great colors, great blacks, and it's a good gaming panel at 165 Hz. So if you are buying this for content creation as well as gaming, this could well be the laptop for you with this beautiful screen and the fact that we've got that SD card slot on the side. Now also you may well notice the RGB, we've got the beautiful Perky Rgb Keyboard, which has a number of effects built into it. We've also got the RGB strip all around the front, plus all around the back. The Legion logo also lights up, and we have the lit ports, which I mentioned earlier on. Now, as with usual Legions, if you press the function key, it highlights some of the keys that give you the secondary functions, such as the function plus Q, which can switch your actual performance of the laptop. Now, the blue mode on the power button means you're in the quiet mode. The white means you're actually in balance mode. And if you are in the red, that is the performance mode. All of our testing in a minute will be done in that performance mode, but in the full review, we will be fully testing each of those power profiles. So getting into this laptop is very similar to the usual Legion affair. You got a few screws, you take off the base plate, and then it is well clipped in. Now, this took me a little while to get into this one. It's actually, there's some hook clips at the front, so work your way from either the side or the back and pull the lid forward towards you. It wasn't the easiest, as with most Legions, if you've ever opened one before, but it's fully possible, and I did no damage pulling that actual base cover off. But once we are inside, I was a bit disappointed. Now, we do have a large 99 watt hour battery, which is great, but we've got downward firing speakers, which on a £4,000 laptop I was expecting something slightly better. You can see we've got a heat plate over the two upgradable M.2 SSD slots, and it looks like there's a fair amount of space for double-sided drives. And if you pull up the Mylar coating, you'll see that there is also the actual Wi-Fi slot as well, and the Wi-Fi card is upgradable, so you can change that in the future should you wish. Now, unfortunately, you may have noticed, but the motherboard is inverted, which means you don't get access to the RAM very easily, and you can't see the heatsink or the actual water pump that's allegedly over the actual GPU block on this laptop. And that is a real shame, because that does mean if you want to repaste or change the RAM, you need to take the entire motherboard out of the laptop. Now, I'm not personally going to do that yet, because obviously I need to do a fair amount of content on this machine, but it's something that we do hope to do for a future video. But you can see we do have 3 good fans, plenty of venting out the back and the side of the machine, and loads of venting holes on the base plate. But now let's put it back together and we'll start looking at performance. And this CPU in this model is an i9 13980HX CPU, which is the most powerful mobile 13th generation CPU available at the moment. It's got 24 cores and 32 threads, and it just cuts through any content creation work. Our Cinebench R23 without any overclocking on the CPU came in just over 28,000 points, which is pretty impressive, especially on a slim and reasonably compact laptop such as this one. Now, being the HX range, you can actually undervolt and overclock this chip, and you can do it within the Vantage software, and that is something that we again will look at in a further video. Now, I've got the NVIDIA 4080 in this model. It also is available with a 4090, and it's the full fat 175 watt mobile variant. Now, we do have the water cooling GPU block that goes over this actual graphics card, which kicks in at apparently 84 Cs, and I believe that's on the RAM temps, so it should kick in to help keep that card cool. Now, this is something we'll spend a lot of time testing in future videos, but my initial testing on the benchmarks, we've got some great Time Spy, Firestrike, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider scores, as you'd expect from any of the bigger 4080, 4090 gaming laptops out there, and in this compact chassis, I've been really impressed. Right, let's fire out some games and see how it gets on. Now, we've been running Battlefield 2042 for quite some time now. Now, this is at the native 3000 by 200 resolution, and this is all high settings. Now, I've chosen this game because it is quite hefty on the GPU and the CPU. Now, you can see straight away here that I'm getting 100% GPU use, and it's pulling between 160 to 175 watts, which is kind of what you'd expect when you're playing a game like this. Now, the gameplay has been absolutely flawless. This mini LED screen really does make it. This is so enjoyable on this screen. Plus, it is so amazingly bright, so if you're in a bright room, you have no problems with this screen. So this is a compact laptop. It has been really impressive so far, but this, you'd expect it for the price that they are charging for this thing. But you probably can hear the fans roaring away here. Obviously, to keep this thing cool, you are going to need a lot of fan noise. So there we go, about 52 decibels on the performance mode. Now, obviously, you've got to expect the balanced and the quiet will be running a lot less. We will test those in the full review. But that's actually not too bad. I've had, obviously louder gaming laptops. But considering how slim and compact this laptop is, running this performance, not bad at all. So let's just quickly test the actual temperatures. Left palm rest, 34 degrees. As I go to the keyboard, 44 in the middle. As I move over to the left, starting to drop back off, down to about 37 degrees on the WASD keys. So it has been totally comfortable. That's quite a demanding game, which does seem to utilise CPU and GPU, which is why I wanted to use it. So there we are. That's our first impressions of the Legion 9 from Lenovo. This is a fantastic looking machine, and it should be with the price tag they've attached to this. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. We're going to have a lot more content of this in the coming week or two. Full review and then some comparisons versus some other laptops. So please make sure you do subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.